Welcome to Building and Strengthening Relationships module. What you're going to learn in this module: how to build and strengthen your relationships, the foundation of all relationships, how to prepare for a meeting or very tough conversation, and how to coach and guide your team to enhance their relationships with one another, as well as relationship and communication do's and don'ts. We almost made a very large boo-boo and didn't include this chapter of building relationships. Luckily for me, I've got an incredible advisor, Holly Delaney, who I called to walk through the different modules of Scaling Culture. She pointed out that we were missing the most critical thing of all, and that is building relationships. To Holly's point, nothing can happen without a relationship. It is the foundation. Building trust is the foundation of moving anything forward. So thank you, Holly. And now we're excited to bring you this content. It's interesting. If you think about it, everything that we do, and when I say we do, every interaction we have with another human being, whether it's work, at home, with family, everything you do either brings a relationship closer together or further apart. And I mean everything from a text message to an email with an exclamation point, to your body language, to your tone, everything you do. We have to keep that in mind. Years ago, when I had my security company, I hired an individual who was a seasoned operator. He was in his mid-60s and I was probably in my late 20s. He had a ton of experience. We were renovating a new office that we're moving into. Moving into the new space, we had wood-framed doors, thick doors. And so this individual, our chief operating officer, who I hired, came to see me one day and he said, "Ron, I want you to prove this $360 quote to put a window in the door." And I said, "Why do you want to put a window in the door?" He said, "Because with these thick doors, I think we're giving the wrong message. We're sending the wrong message. With thick doors, I believe that it tells individuals in this company that they can't come and speak with us, and that this closed door policy is not a smart thing." So he was quite wise, and I thought, fine, great, I'll approve that. So I approve that he is going to now put a small window in his door. I was so busy at this time in my career. I was reacting to everything. I used to have a small sign right outside my door that said, "When this door is closed, please do not disturb." And it was really just meant so I could finally focus once in a while, because my office door was a revolving door, as some of yours is today. And so he comes in to see me and he says, "Look, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but please, can you take the sign down?" I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes, we're sending the wrong message. Please take the sign down." So I take the sign down. Another 60 days goes by. And he comes into my office one day and he's very upset. And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I don't get it." I said, "What's the issue?" I paid extra to have a window placed in the wooden door. And most times I leave my door open so people would feel comfortable to come and talk to me. You had a sign up outside your door that said, "Please do not disturb." And still, for some reason, when people in this company have issues, they go and talk to you. And I don't know what's going on. And it just dawned on me. When he said that, it dawned on me. I was naturally taking a different strategy to build relationships. And I told him, I said, "I think you're getting this all wrong. Building trust in relationships has nothing to do with glass windows in a door or an open door. It has to do with leaders going first and purposely building relationships." And what I mean by that is, when someone was joining the company, I would go out of my way to take them for coffee or lunch, and I would have a conversation with them. And that conversation typically would say, "Hey, tell me about your weekend." And they would say, "The weekend was fine." And they'd say, "How was your weekend?" And I'd say, "It wasn't great. One of my kids were up all weekend. They were sick. And so, that was very tough on my wife and I. And so that kind of ruined our weekend. And we had a date night that was canceled. And so we felt really frustrated by that." And I'll share some of the emotions I had tied to some things that happened. And then once I do that, it humanizes the conversation. They become a little more comfortable to share. And all of a sudden we have a relationship. And that is how relationships start. So the moral of that story was it had nothing to do with open doors. It's about leaders purposely building relationships with individuals around them.